Hello everyone, welcome to my program. My name is Dr. Lee. I come from Bukit Mertajam, northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, and now I'm staying in Johor, in Kluang. So welcome everyone. Today I would like to share with you Malaysian University English Test, or we call it, the acronym is MUET. Some people say MUET is okay. I'm fine with that, it's okay, no problem. So the important thing is you have to remember, there are two categories of students after they finish or they complete their secondary school. The first group, I'm talking about those who want to further their studies, not those who intend to work. So if you want to further your studies, we will see two groups of people. The first group is those who go to STPM. The second group is those who choose to enter university straight away, directly. But then, you enter university, you are not in the degree program yet. You still have to do foundation, which is equal to STPM. And you are required to sit for this test, Malaysian University English Test. I'm talking about universities, local and private in Malaysia, because the word M will tell you that I'm talking about Malaysia. And for Chinese independent school students, Senior 3 actually is equal to Form 6, is equal to pre-university. That is why I would like to tell Chinese independent school students, take your studies seriously. Senior 2, do a good SPM. Perform well in your SPM. You have 2 years to do it. Senior 1 and Senior 2. So you shouldn't be, wasting your time on other unnecessary things, which of course, at your age, you may think is necessary and very important. But later on, when the results come out for SPM, if you don't do well, then all the time that you have spent doing what you think is important are actually not important. So Senior 3 is a very important year. Do well in your Senior 3. Get very good results for your UEC senior level, so that you can just Senior 3 with the Senior 3 UEC results, good results, and then with MUET or IELTS, you can directly enter university first year. So Chinese independent school students, actually you study Senior 3, don't think that how come I'm studying 6 years and SMK they are studying 5 years. They cannot enter university first year, but you can, provided your results are good. So if you have already chosen to be in a Chinese independent school, then you have to do well in your UEC. Otherwise you will have to, results are poor, you have to be like the SMK students, you have to go for pre-university again. Such a waste. 1 year is wasted. Not talking about the money, about the time that is wasted. Okay, just some advice from me. Now, I'm going to tell you about the speaking test for MUET paper. The paper is called paper 800/2. And these are the things that you must know before you go for the test. Firstly, the duration. The time that is given for the speaking test is 30 minutes. The total marks that you get, 90 maximum. If you get 45 marks, you get band 3 for this paper only. And band 3 usually is good enough to enter university. At least you have 50% of, you have grasped, you have mastered 50% of the language. Weighting means the percentage, 25%. Actually, weighting is the same. Reading, writing, listening, and speaking. 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, 100% altogether. Number of questions, 2. There are 2 questions, and we call them 2 parts. So part 1 is individual presentation, meaning to say one person speak. That's called individual presentation. And part 2 is group discussion. 4 of you in a group discuss one topic. Alright, so this is what you need to know for the whole speaking test. Okay, and decide. Now, your marking, the marks that you get from the examiner are based on these 7 things, these 7 items. So you have to know, when you are speaking, what is the examiner doing? He is watching you or she is watching you, and she will be giving you marks based on these 7 items. Number 1, accuracy. So what is accuracy? What do we mean by accuracy? When the examiner looks at your accuracy, actually when you are speaking, he is listening to your grammar and pronunciation. So it's very important. When you are speaking, you have to really use your grammar the correct way. Pronunciation is another one. How you pronounce is important. You will lose marks if you pronounce wrongly. Okay? The second one is fluency. How fluent are you? How smooth do you speak? So fluency, we look at 2 things. Confidence. When you speak, do you show confidence? Or do you are so worried and anxious? Smoothness. What do you mean by smoothness? Let me bring you to a river. Let me bring you, picture yourself, not yourself, but picture a river. The water is flowing. There are no rocks and stones, so the river flows smoothly. That is the way you should speak. How smooth you are, without any obstacles, without, I would say like this, like that, this should be the way, and that is not smoothness. All the are stones, so the water is not flowing smoothly. That is called fluency. Appropriacy. Appropriacy is a noun. Appropriate. What is the meaning of appropriate? Appropriate means suitable. So appropriacy means suitability. On which area are you supposed to be appropriate or having appropriacy or having suitability? Number 1, they will look at your vocabulary. The words that you use. Are the words you use suitable to the topic you are talking? Expressions. Expressions would involve phrases, idioms, proverbs. Okay? Words that have, decorative words. Did you use those words correctly? Did you use phrases, expressions? Did you use correctly? You use a proverb, but is it suitable to the topic you are talking? Or idioms? Is it suitable? That is called appropriacy. And structure. Many people make mistakes in structure. Even adults, I do see a lot of things that they write or when they speak, I see that the structure is not right. So structure would mean simple terms. Where is the head? Where is your body? Where is the tail? You can't have head, tail, body. You can't have body, head, tail. You can't have tail, body, head. You cannot. The head is the head. The body is the body. The tail is the tail. So you can't say, like, I very like to play badminton. Is it correct? I very like. But a lot of people say that. I very like. Structure is wrong. Structure is wrong. So that is the time you start to lose your marks. Coherence and cohesion. What is coherence and cohesion? When you are speaking, when you are presenting, the examiner will listen and listen for whether you have coherence and cohesion. What does it mean? Do you organize your ideas correctly? You organize your ideas here. You present. Are the ideas correctly presented? Or are they in a mess? You suddenly say this, you suddenly say that. Do you use link words? One good example of linked words is conjunctions. And, but, so, because, although, unless. Do you use those words? Sometimes I hear students telling me, teacher, sentences short is better. I ask them why. Less mistakes, teacher. Or no mistakes because the sentence is short. So I ask them, are you in primary school? Or are you going to the university? If you are going to the university, do you say, I like fish, 3 words. I play badminton, 3 words. Do you say that? Or do you say, I like fish because it is very delicious? Or do you say, I play badminton with my friends and we do it every Sunday? Which should you say? You tell me now. So the important thing is, your sentences must be long enough because you are going to the university. That's the main thing. And knowing, when we listen, we know whether you use conjunctions or not. And, but, so, because, so that, although, unless. Do you use all this to join your sentences together to form longer sentences? Do you do that? Do you use words to link one sentence to the other? Or you are just using sentences without first and foremost, secondly, lastly, however? On the other hand, on the contrary, besides, in addition to that, do you say all these words? If you do, very good. If you don't, you are going to lose marks. Alright? Use of language functions, this is important. If you are in the Chinese independent school, you do UEC, you should know this. Okay? Language forms and functions. The function of words in the situation you are in. For example, you want to say something or you disagree. What is the language function? I'm sorry, I disagree with you. What is the correct function if people are talking and you are very excited to speak and you feel that you need to speak? What is the language function? Excuse me, may I interrupt? Excuse me, may I say something? That is language function. Managing a discussion, you can see that A to E and G are for both tasks. Task 1, part 1 and part 2, or task 1 and task 2. But this is, F is for this part 2, group discussion. Managing a discussion is so clear. How do you control the discussion? Okay? Do you initiate? Initiate means you start. Do you start? Do you keep starting? Initiate discussion? Or do you just sit there and keep quiet? Everybody keeps quiet. Who is going to speak? Initiate. Start the conversation. Keep the ball rolling. Start the ball rolling. That's called initiate. Take turns. Yes. Do you take turns? One by one speak. Or everybody tries to fight each other, speak at the same time. Interrupt. Interrupting is okay. But remember to use the language function. Excuse me, may I say something? Okay. Prompt. Prompt means to say, making others speak. Example. Do you agree with me, candidates? What do you think? Underscore prompt. You know, making people speak. And conclude. Remember, you need to have a conclusion to your discussion. Fulfillment of tasks. The examiner will want to know whether you have fulfilled your task. We give you a job to do. Did you do it? Did you accomplish it? Number 1, did you present relevant ideas, or your ideas are not the same as the topic? Okay? Number 2 is your content adequate. Adequate means enough. Have you given enough content? Or your content is very little. When your content is little, you are going to lose marks, or you may not get marks. Show maturity. This is very important. You must show that your answers are mature. How do you show that your answer is mature? By providing proof. Example, statistics, news report. Who said that? Our Prime Minister says this. Our Education Minister says this. Our Health Ministry says this. That is maturity. Not saying something, and when people ask you, you don't know where it came from. Oh, I heard somebody saying it. That is not mature. That is very childish. So we cannot just say whatever we want. We just say loudly for everyone to hear. But when people want you to provide the statistics or ask you where you got the proof from, you cannot provide anything. Or maybe you don't even understand the term or the word, and then you start giving your ideas. So towards the end, when people say, do you actually know the meaning of this word? Or actually, what's the meaning of word? Can you explain further? You are not able to do it. So in other words, they want us to do homework. Okay, make sure we know our stuff. Make sure we know what we are talking about. That's called maturity. According here, I'm not saying anything out of the context. I'm saying here. Okay, so that's all for me from me this time. All right, I am explaining to you all based on all this. Okay, nothing outside. I am not talking about anything outside. It's all this here. So speaking test. For this video, I explained to you how to do the speaking test. My next video, I will teach you how to answer individual presentation, how to do individual presentation. And part 2 will be the following video. I will teach you how to organize a group discussion, what you should do, what you should not do. Okay, I can't do it all in one go, alright? Now, that's all. I just hope that I can help those of you who have registered or going to register for MUET, but there's no one to guide you. You don't know how to do it. So I hope that my videos will help you. Okay, so do remember to give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.